So I've I- over the time, I understand that the different things I've learned in the past are effective,
Okay.
whether that's Kriya Yoga, things from Sadhguru, Qigong, whatever those things are, they all are effective. It came to a point because I always had this question of why can't you mix? Why can't I do this yoga and this type of meditation? Because they come from two different gurus. Every guru says don't mix this with this and don't mix that with that. I didn't have a blueprint for any of this, so I have to figure it all out myself. So I was mixing stuff and doing other things. It got to a point where I was able to see so much results in my life, inner and outer, with what Maharshi gave that I didn't have to go back to the things that I used to do. I trust if not only Maharshi saying it, Sadhguru saying it, Paramahansa saying it, everyone's saying stick in your own lineage because it's not that these different aspects aren't effective. They just had their different way of teaching. And Maharshi gave such a complete blueprint of whether I'm building a house and that house is alignment with the laws of nature and the gemstones are at the foundation, or whether it's using sound and astrology, or whether it's panchakarma or yoga asana, like all of these are the different technologies. Um, his picture was so complete that I respect the guru, I respect his knowledge, and I decided to choose a path. And that's when I
Mm,
decided to be a TM teacher and kind of advise about these other technologies. So, that being said, what do I do on a day to day basis? TM is at the top of my program, it's the core of my daily program. It's about 2 hours a day, some like 2 to 2.5 hours a day that I just spend in the morning and then again in the evening. So, it's a pretty intensive practice where most people have an 8 hour workday. I maybe spend about 6 to 7 hours on a day-to-day basis just working on myself. 2.5 hours in the morning and 2.5 hours at night is just TM and the advanced techniques, the yogic flying, the TM City program, and transcendental meditation, and rest in between there as well. Rest is a big part of the TM program. Yoga asanas. I used to do other forms of asanas. I now do Maharshi's form, which takes me about 30 minutes morning and evening. Another technology that I really fell in love with that I found out about Yogananda. I found out this from Yogananda. This gem bangle that I wear right now, what does rishis, rishi means seer, what they were able to see is like the finer fabrics of creation. And they saw that these specific gemstones have a similar vibration to the planets that's in our solar system. For example, the ruby and the sun, the pearl and the moon, the emerald and Mercury, diamond and the Venus, so on and so forth. I wear these on my body, but I also, Maharshi created a technology where to intensify, you can say, the efficiency of using gemstones, that you can shine a certain frequency of light through those gemstones so that they stimulate the system the way that they're supposed to. And so I became a practitioner of this specific modality. And I use it on myself, not every day, but I try to go at least 3 times a week, where they're beamers that align with your chakras. There are 13 of them, and you're shining this light through these beamers into, or through these gemstones into your physiology. So I use that quite often. Marma therapy. Marma is like, think of like acupuncture. Most people are familiar with acupuncture. You have these energetic junctions. These is kind of where consciousness become matter. But your acupuncturist would use a needle and herbs, where in Marma you would use your touch and consciousness. So I use that quite often. Daily Abhyanga, all the Ayurvedic routines. Doing Abhyanga is an oil massage. Toxins bond to oil. And this is how you're able to release this from the system, accumulated toxins on a daily basis. It also kind of shields you from EMF frequencies. So it acts as a shield to shield your body from these different frequencies. Essential oils is a big piece. Maharshi has a specific way of using essential oils. He kind of talks about it as the soul of the plant is what an essential oil is. And it nurtures the soul of man. And so when you know how to use them, when to use them, whether it's for sleep to get deeper rest or digesting food, because digestion is a big piece of day-to-day life. Most people aren't digesting a lot of the things that they're putting into their body, which then becomes ama or toxins. And that's how those things get stored. I try to use them all. I do yagyas, which is the Vedic sounds for business. I try to do that once a year. And for my family, personal wise, I do that once a year. I go to India once a year for 6 weeks of Panchakarma. Um, this is my lifestyle now. So we have a full staff at the business. So the spa kind of runs itself. And my job on a day-to-day basis is to continue the purification and the rejuvenation of mind and body so that I can start living in these higher states of consciousness and one day achieve my goal of doing these works of Christ or greater things.